Now that the Form 4 printer is unboxed and placed, let's turn it on and get ready to print. First, connect the power cord to the printer and a power source. Toggle the power switch on the back left of the printer to turn it on. The first time the printer is connected to power, it displays a series of onboarding steps on the touchscreen. The onboarding steps include connecting your printer to a network, instructions for inserting consumables into the printer, and choosing options for the camera and data access. Follow these steps to prepare the printer for use. Please note that the Form 4B requires a temporary internet connection to complete the printer setup. To upload a print, you can choose wired or wireless access. For wired access, connect the included USB-C cable from the Form 4 to a computer running the preform software. For wireless access, the Form 4 has an internal Wi-Fi antenna as well as an external Ethernet cable port. You can choose one of these options to connect the printer to your network for uploading prints and updating firmware. In order to upload prints and see real-time data in preform, your printer and computer running preform will need to be connected to the same Wi-Fi or Ethernet network. Once a print is uploaded to a printer, the file will fully transfer. Shutting down your computer will not interrupt printing. Before inserting consumables, it's important to highlight precautions for safe handling of liquid resin. Impermeable, chemically resistant gloves should be worn whenever you're handling liquid resin or consumables containing or exposed to liquid resin. While your exposure to resin during the setup process is minimal, we recommend beginning to use gloves as a best practice. We will cover safe resin handling more in depth in a future module. Let's start by inserting the resin tank and the mixer. The resin tank is the primary container for holding resin after it dispenses from the cartridge. Resin is cured onto the build platform when light passes through the tank's bottom film during printing. The mixer improves print consistency by evenly mixing the resin and checking for debris. Remove all packaging material from the resin tank and mixer before proceeding. To insert the resin tank, start by lifting the cover of your Form 4 printer and removing the cover from the resin tank to set it aside. With the tank spout facing away from you, place the resin tank flat between the blue latches in the middle of the printer. Press down on the sides of the resin tank with your thumbs. Latch the tank into place by closing the two latch handles on the sides with your fingers. The printer will chime when the tank is properly inserted. Your tank is now inserted, and you can now install the mixer. First, open the latch on the mixer. Then, insert the base of the mixer into the mixer mechanism on the printer with the flat arm of the mixer inside the resin tank. The mixer arm will rest on tracks found inside the resin tank. Lock the mixer in place by closing the latch on the mixer itself. Your mixer is now installed. Let's move on to inserting the build platform. The build platform is the surface where printed parts adhere. To insert the build platform, lift the latch on the build platform mount. Align the build platform with the mount and push back towards the back of the printer to insert it. Lower the latch to secure the build platform to the mount. Finally, we'll insert the resin cartridge. The resin cartridge stores resin to be dispensed into the resin tank throughout printing. To start, remove the resin cartridge from any packaging. Shake the resin cartridge thoroughly to mix the contents. For the best print quality, we recommend that you repeat this process prior to printing or any time your resin has been in storage. If you flip the cartridge over, you'll see there is a rubber bite valve on the base of the cartridge that helps dispense resin. The dispense arm inside the printer engages with this rubber valve to release resin at a controlled rate, so it's important that it's not tampered with. Flipping the cartridge back over, with the printer cover closed, place the resin cartridge in the cartridge slot on the back of the printer. Once the resin cartridge is properly installed, the printer will chime and you will see it reflected on your touchscreen. The cartridge will sit loosely in the slot, as this ensures that the printer can accurately measure the weight of the cartridge for resin level tracking. Press open the vent cap on the top of the cartridge. This will allow for airflow into the cartridge to ensure that resin can dispense through the bite valve when indicated by the printer. Now you have inserted all of your consumables and are ready to begin printing. Next up, preparing a file for printing.